Hello, Angelo. It looks like you're still off somewhere, but I thought you were going to come home straight from work today. You promised that you would come straight home without going anywhere today, right?
Oh, hey, Katya. What's your problem? I just had to do a bit of overtime, all right? Stop making such a big deal out of this.
What do you mean, what's your problem? You told me 30 minutes earlier that you were already on your way home, and you should have been home by now. I know you're lying to me and just went off somewhere again.
Did I say that? Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. I went to grab a quick drink with some colleagues, but I'm done now.
Fine. Anyways, where are you right now?
I'm on the train between B station and C station. I'll be home in about 20 minutes.
Is that so?
What? What's with that reaction? You think I'm lying or something? Because it's true that I'm between B station and C station right now.
Oh, it's nothing. Don't mind me. So, you'll be home in about 20 minutes, right?
Actually, it might take a bit longer than that because, fuck it. I can't keep hiding it from you forever, all right?
What? And what exactly have you been hiding from me all this time? I have an idea as to what it is, but I want to hear it from your own mouth.
I'm going to divorce you, Katya. I fell in love with someone else.
Huh? I was wondering what you were going to say, and this is what you tell me?
But I'm serious. You see, there's this other girl I've been going out with for a while now. On my way home from work today as well, I dropped her off at her nearest station.
What do you mean, girl? Don't tell me, but is this other woman of yours a lot younger than you?
Yeah, she is. She's 22 and she's beautiful at that.
22? Huh. And do you know how old you yourself are? Why would someone that age be interested in an old man in his 40s like you anyways? You could be her dad if we just took a look at the age difference. I mean, I'd understand if you were rich or handsome or something, but you're just an average guy in his 40s, and that's already being generous.
Huh? What's with the insult suddenly? You're just jealous I found someone better than you, aren't you? Besides, age doesn't matter when it comes to love. And it just so happens that I'm only interested in girls aged 22 or younger.
You completely forgot what day it is today, didn't you?
Huh? Was there something today?
It's my 35th birthday. That's why I made you promise to come home directly from work, don't you remember? You really are a sick fuck, Angelo.
What? Oh yeah, I forgot. Come on, Katya, don't be such a child. So what if I forgot your birthday or something? But I admit, it must suck to be you, getting divorced on your 35th birthday?
So you want to get divorced today? Are you sure you thought this through, Angelo? Because I'm not going to take you back even if you come crying later on to get remarried, okay?
Of course I'm sure. I mean, I have a 22-year-old girlfriend who's better than you in every way now. What made you think that I would ever want to marry you again after we got divorced? I mean, everyone knows that girls ages 22 and younger are the best when it comes to relationships. Sorry, Katya, but you're just past your prime.
Then why did you marry me in the first place? I was 28, not 22 when we got married, remember?
Marriage and love are two separate things. It's what I thought when I married you, but now that I have a 22-year-old girlfriend, I think I want to marry her. I'm not going to let you get in the way of our love, Katya. Which is why I want to get divorced with you as soon as possible.
You may be in your early 40s, but you have the mental maturity of a child in elementary school. Anyways, just come home for now. We'll talk about the divorce then. Good evening, Tamara. Is now a good time? There's something I want to talk to you about. Good evening, Katya. Yep, I can talk now. You see, it's about this stalker situation of yours that you told me about last time. There are a few things I want to ask you. Oh, what is it? Nothing's really happened since then. Apparently, he was following me home today as well, so I had my brother, who lives alone nearby, pick me up from the station. I see. You're 22 years old, right, Tamara? What? Oh, yeah. I just graduated from university last year, and this is my first year as an independent adult. I'm turning 23 next month, though. What's the nearest station to your office? It's K-Station. I always use the south exit when I go to work, by the way. So I was right. Katya? What exactly were you right about? Oh, sorry. I haven't told you yet. It's still a hypothesis, as I don't actually have any concrete proof, but I think that your stalker might be my husband. Huh? What? Your husband is my stalker? Sorry if I surprised you. My husband is in his 40s, and his name is Angelo. He also uses the south exit of K-Station when he goes to work like you. I think that Angelo is stalking you without knowing that I'm a friend of your sister's, though. Could it be that your husband works at a factory owned by B Food Company? Yes, he does. Does that mean something to you? You see, I also work at a factory owned by B Food Company. It's just a feeling, but I think that the stalker always starts stalking me from another factory 2 sites away from mine. But do you really think it's your husband? Isn't there a possibility that this is just some sort of coincidence? I mean, there are plenty of other men who use the south exit of K-Station and work at a factory owned by B Food Company. That's what I thought at first. You see, recently he's been coming home late, and whenever I ask him about it, he says he had to work overtime or that he was drinking with colleagues. But he always seems completely sober when he comes home from work, and I know the factory he works at is very strict with shifts. I thought he was just cheating on me or something, but that's when he told me that this girlfriend of his was 22 years old. All of this combined with the fact that my husband has a tendency to be delusional when it comes to women suggests that he's the one who's been stalking you, although in his mind you two have been going out. Seriously? If what you're saying is true and your husband is really my stalker, then this is some pretty scary stuff. I mean, what do you mean he thinks that we've been going out? That's not just being delusional, Katya. That's some sort of a mental disorder. Yeah, I was scared at first too. Like I said, he's always been a bit delusional when it comes to women, but I didn't know that it was this bad. By the way, earlier this evening, Angelo told me that he wanted to divorce. Because according to him, he's going out with a 22-year-old and wants to marry her instead, apparently. I think he meant you. What? Ew, I would never lay my hands on a married man. I haven't made contact with him even once, I swear. Of course, I don't actually believe what he says. I know you're not the kind of person to do something that perverted. Tell me, is this stalker of yours near your house right now? Oh, yeah, I don't think so. I can't see him, at least. I'm going to talk to Angelo about the divorce soon, and I think it would be best if we put an end to this stalker business as well. If my hypothesis is incorrect, however, we'll have to think of something else, as it'll be another problem entirely. But if my hypothesis is correct, we'll still need to act quickly. We can't let him know now that we're on to him until we're ready to act. Otherwise, he could just pretend this never happened, since we don't actually have any concrete proof. Yes, I understand. I just want to put an end to this as soon as possible. I can't even go to my boyfriend who lives nearby with something like this going on. Whenever I have to leave the house, I'm always looking behind my back to check if he's following me. That must be terrifying. At least he's not the type to resort to violence, though. Anyways, you have a boyfriend who lives nearby? Oh, yes. He goes on a lot of business trips, but he gave me a spare key to his house and told me that I could come in whenever I wanted to. So that means that once we put an end to all of this business, you have a place to hide until things calm down, right? To be honest, I'm planning on moving once I divorce Angelo and all this is done, so he won't have any way to find me. I know it's really inconvenient, but you should probably consider moving as well. Yes, what you're saying may be right. My boyfriend and I were planning on getting married soon anyways, so this might be a good opportunity to move in with him once all this is done. Oh, and I've already moved some emergency equipment into my boyfriend's house, just in case. But it won't be of use if the stalker follows me there, because then even my boyfriend's house won't be safe. I see. So we need to know where the stalker is before we make a move, right? Oh, it looks like the man himself has arrived. Well, I'll end the conversation for now. I'll be contacting you again soon. Okay, I'm counting on you, Katya. Hey, Angelo. You kept ignoring me back there, so I'm going to try talking to you via text. Could you please stop acting like a child who didn't get what he wanted and is now throwing a tantrum? Are you sure you're 47 years old? Seriously, as soon as you came home, you slammed the divorce papers on the table and locked yourself in your room. I haven't even said anything about the divorce yet. The nearest station to her workplace is K Station, same as you. She uses the south exit like you as well. She's 22 years old and it's her first year after graduating from university. She's a bit taller than me and has hair that barely reaches her shoulders. Today her brother picked her up at K Station and went home with her.
What? How do you know what Tamara looks like? And why do you know what Tamara did today? Hold on. Was the stalker Tamara and her brother were talking about on the way home today you? Wait, does that mean that you knew about us all this time?
Thanks for the reply. I especially loved the second to last one. If only you knew the truth.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about? Just because you're jealous of her and you're my wife doesn't mean you can do stuff like this. I'm not going to forgive you if you do something to Tamara. Stop stalking her right now or else.
That's funny, because that's exactly what I wanted to tell you. Hello, Tamara. It's certain now my husband is your stalker. He even accused me of stalking you when I told him your appearance and what you did today. Oh, I see. So you were right, he really did think that we were actually going out, huh? It gives me chills just thinking about it. Yep, but for me it's more that he wants to make me throw up, if anything. I'll try to stall him and buy time for you to escape to your boyfriend's house. Go there by tonight, okay? Understood. Thanks for your help, Katya. I know it must be difficult finding out that your husband is a lunatic, but hang in there. To think that you were the delusional man that was always stalking Tamara. I just mentally beat myself up for marrying a man like you in the first place. I guess I have terrible taste in men.
What? What do you mean I'm delusional? But Katya and I have already been on several dates, and we go to and from work every day.
Jesus, Tamara was right. Maybe you do actually have some sort of mental disorder. Those weren't dates, Angelo. You were just stalking her all this time. I mean, it's not like it's your first time, I guess. Remember when you told me how you thought that our neighbor who was a housewife probably liked you and that it might become a problem? Or how my friend Isabella secretly liked you and it was so embarrassing. I did my best to prevent you from doing anything strange by explaining it to you carefully how they didn't actually like you, but to think that the moment I lost sight of you and couldn't stop you anymore, you go and make a mess this huge.
What do you mean, make a mess? But it's true that me and Tamara are in love. Maybe from an outsider it looks like she's keeping her distance from me, but that's just because she's shy.
Whatever, I can't be bothered to argue with you anymore. Oh, and thanks for proposing a divorce. I think I might cry from joy.
What? So you're going to agree to the divorce?
Yes, I'll be taking care of those divorce papers you gave me earlier. Please, pack all your stuff and leave as soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
Yes. Didn't you yourself tell me that you wanted to get divorced as soon as possible because I would get in the way of you and Tamara's love? I'm the owner of this apartment, so you're the one who has to leave once we get divorced, right? You can move out tomorrow, but make sure to pack all your stuff by tonight. Don't leave a single thing of yours in my house.
But I'd have to stay up all night if I'm to finish by tomorrow. By as soon as possible, I meant like as soon as I found somewhere else to live.
You're the one who suggested the divorce, right? I'm just doing what you told me to do. Once I see that you've packed all your stuff, I'll turn in the divorce papers to the city hall. I'm going to set up a futon near the front door and sleep there until you finish.
You really now have to strike me where it hurts? Damn you, Katya. But it's me who's going to have the last laugh, not you. I'm going to find happiness with Tamara, while you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. Hey, I packed all my stuff. I'm so tired. Did you seriously have to make me do all of this by today?
Yes, and stop whining like a baby. This is what you wanted, isn't it? Anyways, I asked your father to lend you a light truck, so put your stuff there.
Why did you have to call my father? Aren't there plenty of places that will lend trucks?
Yeah, but your father said he would lend the truck for free, so obviously I had to take up his offer, right? Oh, and I also asked the caretaker of this apartment to temporarily let you park in the empty lot of the parking lot. Hurry up and carry your stuff out.
But I just stayed up all night. Can't you just let me sleep for a bit?
I don't care if you stayed up all night. Just get out of my sight. You disgust me, Angelo.
What did you say to me? Never mind. You're just jealous of me and Tamara. But you said you borrowed the truck from my dad, right? Did you tell him about me and Tamara? Dad isn't going to approve of this. He's the kind of guy who hates people that cheat on their partner.
Of course I did. Hurry up and take your stuff out of my house. Be finished in an hour.
This is why I hate 35-year-old bitches like you. It's already too late, so don't come crying to me when you regret doing this.
Just shut up and leave, will you?
I carried all the stuff into the truck. But this suffering is a cheap price to pay if I now get to find happiness with the beautiful 22-year-old Tamara.
Yeah. Bye. Hello, Katya. Hello, Tamara. Is everything all right there? Yes, I told my boyfriend about what happened, and he came home from his business trip earlier than was planned. He got mad at me for not telling him sooner. I see. He's a nice boyfriend, I see. He is. I also just turned in those divorce papers. Wow, that was fast. You see, this has been a problem with Angelo for a long time now. But he showed me with this recent incident that he's practically insane, and even I couldn't put up with him anymore. I guess I finally saw how disgusting he was. Oh, is that so? Jesus, looks like he's spamming me with texts. It must be the final battle. Good luck. I mean, all I have to do is tell him I turned in the divorce papers, and that's the end of the story, though.
Katya! I think Tamara just broke up with me. I didn't have anywhere to go after you kicked me out, so I thought I would live with Tamara. I drove the truck with my stuff on it to Tamara's house, but then your friend Isabella and her husband were waiting for me there. Isabella told me that Tamara has a boyfriend she's been going out with since high school and that they've already talked about getting married with both of their parents. She even said something like, besides, there's no way a 22-year-old girl would want to have anything to do with a disgusting man in his 40s like you. I mean, she was so mean to me. Not only that, but you never told me that Isabella was Tamara's sister. So that's why you knew about Tamara's actions, right? You need to be punished for not telling me about this sooner. I'm canceling the divorce.
Sorry, but I already turned in the divorce papers to the city hall.
What?
Bye.
But, yeah.
During this, I was staying at my friend's house just in case Angelo tried anything strange. I showed my friend these final texts I received from Angelo, and all she had to say was, "What a complete idiot." She also got mad at him, saying that he didn't even seem to realize his own mistakes. At a later date, Tamara filed a complaint against Angelo to the police, and now Angelo is a proud owner of a criminal record. As with me and Angelo, I received all the money in our co-savings bank account in exchange for me not asking him to pay an alimony. Also, it seems that when Angelo hesitantly returned his father's truck, afraid as to what he might do, Angelo's father told him that both he and his mother were cutting ties with him. Apparently, he fell to the ground and cried like a child, saying, "Why is it always me?" Everyone at the scene all walked away agreeing that Angelo was an idiot. His superiors at his company also found out about what he did, and he was fired because of it. And since word that Angelo had stalked Tamara spread through the area, he found it difficult to find a new job. He left our hometown looking for somewhere to start anew, so it seems like I'll finally be able to enjoy some peace and quiet.